We're extremely close to the Champions League final, which will be contested between Real Madrid and Liverpool. The animosity between the two sides has not died down at all, with Mohamed Salah at the front of it. The Egyptian hasn't forgotten what happened last time he met the Spaniards, and is looking at the spectacle in France as his chance of extracting some revenge. But Carlo Ancelotti sees things differently. Barcelona are getting fed up with their star midfielder Gavi, who is yet to sign a contract extension. Is this a sign? Paul Pogba is set to leave Manchester United, and it appears that the Frenchman is going to be at the centre of a tug-of-war between two giants of European football. Is Sadio Mane eager to leave Liverpool? Apparently the Champions League final could be his last game in a Liverpool jersey. So buckle up, people, as we bring to you all the latest updates on the game that we all love. The end of the Paul Pogba soap opera? According to the latest information delivered by La Gazzetta dello Sport in its latest edition, the 2018 world champion has made his choice, and the confirmation of his return to Juventus should not be long. At the end of his contract next June, the French international midfielder never wanted to extend with Man United, despite the various proposals made by the Mancunian board. Courted for several weeks by the old lady, the native of Lagny-sur-Marne is therefore preparing to make an incredible comeback, 6 years after leaving Juventus for United against a huge cheque for €105 million. Author of 9 assists and a goal in 27 matches in all competitions this season, the pioche, symbol of the gloomy season of the Red Devils, also remained in the sights of Paris Saint-Germain. However, the midfielder is more inclined towards a return to the Serie A. According to the Italian newspaper, Paul Pogba, also coveted by Man City, has been convinced by the Turin project, but also by the presence of Massimiliano Allegri on the bench. Regarding the details of the new contract that awaits him in Turin, the Gazzetta talks about a 3-year deal with a net gain of €7.5 million per year, plus bonuses, estimated at €10 million. In addition, the Italian daily specifies that the official announcement should take place within a few days. After sustaining a calf injury against Liverpool during the 4-0 defeat on April 19th, Pogba has most certainly played his last match with the Red Devils on this occasion. Already looking to leave in 2019, the 2018 world champion ultimately stayed at the club due to the lack of acceptable offers and the pandemic. But 10 years after his free departure for Juventus in 2012, Pogba is well and truly on the verge of doing the same thing with United. Good riddance is what most United fans would say. To get 2022 off to a good start, FC Barcelona had to settle the situation of two particularly promising youngsters, Ronald Araujo and Gavi, who were set to enter free agency in 2023. For the Uruguayan, everything had been sorted out in April, and the defensive rock of Barca signed a new deal which binds him to the club until 2026. This allowed the Catalan giants to breathe calmly, since the player with high potential was followed by sacred stables in Europe, in England in particular. Regarding Gavi, it's a little more complicated. FC Barcelona have recently sent messages of optimism in recent months on the subject, just as the local press confided that the player was going to extend, but things are not progressing. At the same time, clubs of the calibre of Liverpool and Bayern have positioned themselves, and Barca are no longer in a strong position, which is starting to get on the nerves of Joan Laporta in particular. The agent has had an extension offer on the table for a long time. We have no news. All we know is that he is comparing everything and that at some point he will have to say something. We have made our position known, and for the moment, the player's agent does not accept it. Yes, I'm disappointed. We don't understand. He is a player we like. He is 17 years old and has a wonderful present and future at Barcelona. We don't know why his agent plays and compares. I think our offer at our salary level is more than acceptable, and we won't go up anymore because I don't want Barca to follow the guideline of my predecessors who led the club to ruin, the club's president told local media outlets. The message must have gotten through, but it remains to be seen whether the player will cave or not, especially now that he has a lot of options in front of him. Very soon, Liverpool and Real Madrid will battle it out for the big-eared trophy in the UEFA Champions League final, a meeting which will inevitably be decisive in the race for the Ballon d'Or for Karim Benzema and the two Liverpool stars Mohamed Salah and Sadio Mane. The latter might also be playing his last match in the red jersey on Saturday at the Stade de France. At the end of his contract in June 2023, the Senegalese international, winner of the African Cup of Nations, is coming to a turning point. After 6 seasons with the Merseyside club and 8 in the Premier League, he played 2 years at Southampton, the former Mets player is asking himself questions. and he didn't reassure Liverpool fans in his recent interview with the Liverpool Echo. Asked about his future, he replied, "Honestly, I think the answer I can give you now is that I feel great and I'm fully focused on Saturday's game. This is the answer I have to give before the final, but come back to me on Saturday and I'll give you the answer you want to hear, that's for sure. It is special. I'll give you everything you want to hear then. Come back on Saturday and I'll give you the answer, I promise. But for now, let's go and win the Champions League because I don't have time for something else." He was then asked about the possibility of moving to Real Madrid, to which he once again spoke about the importance of winning the Champions League. However, that's not going to stop persistent rumours about his future, with the Senegalese international deemed as a priority signing for Bayern Munich. In fact, the player and his entourage have already spoken with the Bavarian Giants. The discussions have reportedly progressed well between the two parties. The residents of the Allianz Arena would like to associate Mane with Thomas Müller and Kingsley Coman in support of Robert Lewandowski, explains Bild, unless his arrival is planned in order to compensate for the departure of the Pole to Barcelona. Anyway, the Bavarians want to get their hands on Sadio Mane, for whom they intend to offer €30 million to buy out the last year of his contract. It remains to be seen whether Liverpool will agree to let go of one of their stars. You know how the old adage goes, when you plot your course for revenge, dig 2 graves. Well, it might sound a little too much, but Mohamed Salah has definitely not moved on from the 2018 Champions League final where Sergio Ramos injured him and then gave Loris Karius a concussion. The end result of that game was yet another title for the Spanish Giants. The season after that, Jurgen Klopp's men won the final. However, Salah has not forgotten a thing, and in recent weeks has openly spoken about extracting revenge on a team that put him through so much. While Sergio Ramos has left the club, Salah still sees the final as his shot at redemption and more. The Liverpool forward says that he wanted to play against Madrid because of the events that transpired on that night in Kyiv. The Egyptian admits that he still finds it hard to swallow the fact that he could not help his team in the 2018 final. However, Carlo Ancelotti has taken a slightly dim view of all this, with the Italian tactician saying that just like Liverpool, Real Madrid also want to take revenge for the 1981 final in Paris, which Liverpool won. In fact, the 1981 final was the last time Real Madrid lost a Champions League final, and we all know what's happened since then.